Hello learners, I Assistant Professor Dhwani Chauhan from BCom Banking and Insurance Department. Welcome you all to this lecture on break-even analysis on behalf of SIS Nerul College of Arts, Science and Commerce. Break-even analysis is a very simple yet a very interesting topic of microeconomics. Let's start understanding this with the help of an example. On the screen you can see a timeline which starts from 1st of January 2020, wherein we have started a new business. In this case, I have taken up a tailoring shop. We have started a tailoring business and we have incurred a total cost of 400 rupees in setting up of this business. We know that as a business starts, we do not start earning profits immediately. We need to give time to our business in order to mature. Let us move ahead in this timeline. After we started our business, we went on to 1st of March 2020, wherein we found that from the starting of our business up to 1st of March 2020, we have earned 100 rupees. Now we are going to be calculating the profit or loss which we have incurred after each and every stage. So, as on 1st of March 2020, are we in a profitable situation or a lossful situation? Our initial investment was 400 rupees, so that was our expenditure, hence I am writing 400 here. Minus how much have you recovered? You have recovered amount of 100 rupees. So you spent 400, you have recovered only 300 as of now, so you definitely have a loss of rupees 300. Let us patiently wait and look forward to the next possible date which we have, which is 1st of May. Again, our total investment was 400 and by 1st of May we have recovered 200 rupees. We have earned a total of 200 rupees. From 1st of January to 1st of May our earning was 200. Hence that comes here. This again says that we have a loss, but of how much? 200 rupees. Let us again be patient. Let us move on to the next possible date. Here on 1st of July, let us find out our profit or loss situation. We are going to write down this amount here. So we have 400 minus our earnings again are equal, that is 400. So this means that our loss is 0. And when I say my loss is 0, it also means that my profit is also 0. So this is a situation, this was a new situation where your profit and loss, both of them were 0. Great. But a firm or a business will always look forward towards earning of profits. So let us move ahead to the next possible date, which is 1st of September. 400 minus how much have you earned so far from 1st of January to the 1st of September? Your earnings were 600 rupees. So this gives you a profit of rupees 200. Okay, now here we are going to analyze this entire situation and we will try to find out what is break-even and where are we reaching break-even in this example. Whatever we have understood so far is whenever you start a business, you are going to incur some cost. Every business is interested in knowing. So as we started our journey into the market, at first we had a loss of 300, which was a huge amount. As we went ahead, our losses started reducing and we finally reached a point where our losses were 0. This means our profit also was 0. And beyond that point and after that time, we were finally in a situation where we were able to earn the profit. And this was our aim when we started with this particular project of opening up this business. So here we have to understand that a break-even point is nothing but it is a point of no profits and no losses. Okay, in this particular example, you exactly know where are you breaking even. Where are you breaking even? On which date? Correct. We are breaking even on 1st of July 2020. The initial expenditure which we made of 400 is exactly equal to the final earning or revenue which we have done. So here we understand that first thing which we understand here is the situation of break even will happen when you have no profit and no loss, and this happens when the total expenditure which you have made is exactly equal to the total revenue which you earn. In this case is 400 and 400. So when this is equal, you are reaching your break even. So this is exactly break even. But in order to understand this with the help of economic definitions, let us move on to this content. Break-even analysis, which is also known as cost volume profit analysis, is used to study the relationship between total cost, total revenue, which will help us in determining whether we have profits or losses over a range of output. Break-even point for a business firm shows the volume of sales at which firm is going to break even, with total revenue equal to total loss. This is something we already know. It is a point of zero profit or zero loss. This means revenue just covers your total cost. Now this is one very important area, graphical determination of break-even point. As of now, whatever we have understood is one is total revenue should be exactly equal to total cost when we want to find out break-even point. And the second thing which we have learned is on the break-even point, we have zero profit and zero loss. Okay. So in this diagram, here on the x-axis, you have output, and on the y-axis, you have cost and revenue. Talking about the curves, as I told you, we have total revenue, total cost curves. So talking about total revenue curve, we already know that it is a 45-degree curve from the origin. So that is represented with the help of yellow color. Talking about total cost curve would be starting somewhere on the y-axis, because we have the fixed component which is at zero level of output. The fixed component is already 30, and hence this results in total cost curve starting somewhere on the y-axis. Okay, I'll just clear the diagram so that you easily understand what we are going to talk about. Now our aim is to find out the break-even point. So let us first understand where are we reaching this first point of TR is equal to TC in this diagram. If you see, wherever the orange and yellow curves are intersecting, that is TR is intersecting TC, at that point both of them are equal to one another. And that is happening at one point, which is this particular point. So let me just name this point BEP, that is our break-even point for the diagram. When I'm going to extend a perpendicular line from BEP onto the x-axis, I'm going to reach an output. This output, which in this case is 200, is known as my break-even output. Okay. So what does this mean? What is the final analysis of this break-even point? Here we understand that the business or the company will reach the break-even point, that is, it will finally have a situation of zero profit, zero loss when it sells the 200th unit of the commodity. That is the meaning of this particular analysis. Here I have written up these three situations which we are going to study in order to complete the analysis of this diagram. The first situation says unit 0 to break even unit. In this case, let us understand, we have to look at the output from 0 output up to the break even output of 200. I'm just highlighting it with yellow color. So what is the situation from 0 to 200 is what is the first situation. Are we having profit in this situation or are we having loss in this situation? Let us find that out. When I'm talking about this phase, I would request you all to look at the diagram only into this up to this area. Please look at the diagram only into this square area. Now if you see, please just understand what is happening to TR and TC up to the break-even point. When I'm talking about TR, which is the revenue which you are earning, that is yellow curve, it is lower than the total cost curve. So this means that what is more, your total revenue is here less and your total cost is more in this analysis into the highlighted box. So here, when your total revenue is less, total cost is more, that is definitely going to give you losses. I would just clear this. Here we are earning losses because total cost is more than total revenue. Second situation is something we already know. What will happen at break even point? At the break even point, both TR and TC are equal, and therefore you have zero profit and zero loss. Okay, let us now talk about the third phase. So what happens after this break even unit is achieved? Beyond 201th unit, what will happen? You are going to focus on this square area for the analysis of third point. See, your total revenue is a higher curve, and that means that your revenue is more and your total cost is lesser than the total revenue. And hence, how are we going to write this? In this, we clearly understand that the total revenue is more than the total cost, and therefore when your revenue is more, cost is less, you are definitely earning what? Profit. Now everything is fine into this diagram, but there is one small problem, which is this. Let us understand and read this. This diagram gives an impression that the entire output beyond BEP is profitable. What they say is, after the break-even point of 200, the entire output beyond 200 is going to be profitable. If we extend this TR and TC, if I make these dotted lines, this shows that the gap between TR and TC is going on increasing. So this shows that you're going to reach break even, and after break even your profits are going to go on increasing forever. This is not something which is true in terms of practical life. Not all businesses will be earning profits forever, and therefore there is this one major limitation in this diagram which we have done, and this limitation is because your TR and TC are assumed to be linear curves. Okay. For this problem, we have a non-linear TR-TC curve which we have used to find out the break-even point. In case of non-linear TR and TC, here you will see that you have two break-even points. One is break-even point 1. So from origin up to 200 units of break-even, where you are reaching break-even 1, you are incurring losses. After break-even point 1, when you go ahead with more of output, then you are going to go on earning profits up to this point where your TR and TC are again intersecting each other, wherein your break-even point 2 is formed. So you are going to earn profits between the area of break-even point 1 and break-even point 2, because here you see that your total revenue, orange curve, is higher than your total cost, which is yellow curve. Okay. Now let us understand what happens after break-even point 2. After break-even point 2, which is achieved at 800 units of output, you are again going to incur losses. Why? Because your total cost curve, which is yellow curve, is higher and revenue is less. So this was the diagrammatic determination of break-even point. Let us move on to the second thing, which is algebraic break-even point. Talking about break-even point in units, you would be given fixed cost. You have to put that into the numerator, and in the denominator you will be using price per unit, variable cost per unit. Okay, you are going to subtract both of these. Talking about break-even point in amount, you are going to multiply the break-even units which you have found out from this step with the price per unit. You can definitely use calculators for this, that is allowed. Okay, the next and the very last topic which we will be doing is limitations of break-even. First one says break-even analysis can be applied only to single product. It is not something which we can use for multiple products because it becomes very complex in order to do that. The second limitation says that we are using historical relationship between the cost, price and volume. The last limitation states that it is very difficult to classify the total cost into fixed cost component and variable cost component. This is one major drawback which usually happens.